Moxi websites, you're going to just first go to 21 Online. Once you are within 21 Online, then just come up here to the menu. You're going to click on that. The way that I access it is then go to Productivity Hub, which, by the way, this is being recorded, so I'll get it uploaded later on today too. So if you want to go back and review any of this. So, okay, so from the Productivity Hub, if you will just scroll down, it's in alphabetical order, you will find the Moxi website. So once you get to here, you're going to click on Go to Moxi. That will then take us into this dashboard, or what they call the hub on MoxiWorks. And you can see here, I have access to Moxi Present, the Engage, the website, Impress, all of that from this one spot. But today we're going to do the websites. I'm going to click on my website here so that that will take us into the Moxi website section. And now that that's loaded here, what it does is this is going to, once you click on the Moxi websites, it's going to take you to the admin tool for the website. When you click on it, it's going to drop you onto this page right here. Now, from this page, what you can do is you can, from up at the top left right here where my mouse is, it says visit web or visit site. So I'm going to click on that, and it's opened up a new tab up here to where you can see now the website. Every one of you has a website that's already set up and ready to go, but just doesn't have a lot of information on it. So it's there very plain vanilla, I guess, the way to say it. And mine here, I've already done a few changes to it. So yours is not going to look just like this, but somewhat similar. Okay. Now, from the site here, and so I'm going to bounce back and forth between these two tabs up here of the website and this admin tool. From here, it has it can look very overwhelming if you look at all this stuff. And this website really is a WordPress website, which what that basically means is it could do a lot of stuff. But what I have found, though, is most agents, if you don't really understand WordPress websites, probably just stick to the basics of what I'm going to show you today. And then over time, as you get more familiar with it, you could go in and do more fine tuning. But I'm going to help you today to get set up to where you'll have just be able to take it from being this plain out of the box website and do some customization to it. Okay. And the way that you're going to do that is through this admin tool page here. So when you scroll down, you'll see this common tasks. And we're not even going to go through all of these common tasks, because a lot of these common tasks you really don't actually even need to do really anything with it, unless, like I said, you want to really dive in and do a lot more with your website, then you can do some of that stuff. So we're just going to start with up at the top here, and we'll work our way down into a few of these things and show you how to get things set up and organized on your website. So the first thing is to personalize your site style. So if you click right here where it just says go there, what's going to happen is it's going to take us to where you can now personalize this home page of your website. And it has up here this choose a homepage layout. So the first thing you're going to want to do is choose from this of, do I want my website to be search focused, or am I wanting it to be more agent focused? And now I'll give you my opinion. Obviously, you can do whatever you want with it and decide how you're going to use your website. But for me, I think if what you're looking for is using this website as a way to get people on your site, the number one thing that people go to a website for, a real estate website, is to search properties. So my recommendation is to have it be this search focused versus agent focused. The agent focused here is, you can see how it's got the agent's picture here in the middle and a bunch of information. So the idea is that your website, if you're using this one, is to have it more promoting you as an agent, versus this search focused one you'll notice right here it has, find your dream home, it says right there, and then it's got this search bar. So the idea of that one is search focused. It's more like Google, people land on Google and there's just a search bar. Well, on the search focused, it's going to have the search bar to where they can go in and do a search for a city or an address or whatever it is they want to do. So my recommendation is to have that be search focused. But if you would prefer it to be agent focused, and really, I guess maybe a reason you would want to do it is more agent focused, is if you were going to use this website more as I'm going to be working more with sellers than buyers. And so I want to push sellers to my website to learn about me, then maybe you would want to use the agent focused. But if you're doing it to where, hey, people are going to want to go search the MLS, use search focus. All right.
Hey, Russ, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Sorry, I'm logging in on my other screen here and I'm into the productivity hub and I missed the step up apparently because mine does not look like yours. Where did I go once I got to the productivity hub?
So from the productivity hub, you want to, it looks like it's gone off. There you go. Let me go back. So once you're logged in and you go down to productivity hub, you're going to just scroll down to where you're in alphabetical order to the M's and you'll see Moxi websites, and then click on
websites. Okay, I went into engage. That's why. Okay.
Go to Moxi. And then once you're in there, then you'll click on websites at the top of the page up here.
My website?
Yep, you'll click on my website.
Gotcha.
And then that will take you to this home page right here, which is the Welcome to the Agent Website Admin tool.
Okay, got it. Perfect. Thank you.
And so where we were was just this the site style page. So from here, you're just choosing search focused or agent focused. Once you've done that, you're going to click on publish, and then that's going to create it to be, if you did search focused, where it's going to look like this here. If you did agent focused, it'll have your information up above. All right, so once we've done that, I'm going to go back to the home page here. Oops. To home. The next one is personalize your home page. So this is where we're going to spend really most of our time today. So we're going to click on this, go there. That's going to then land you onto this home page section. So from this home page area, the first thing is you're going to title your home page right here. So more than likely, you're just going to leave it as home, have it be home is be the home page, I guess. But if you want to call it something different, you can do that. The next thing is to what you want the background image to look like. So you can see I've got this house here, and if I bounce over to my website, that's the background picture. So you're going to decide, what do you want this background picture to be? You have different options you can do. So if you have a specific photo you want to use, you could do that. You could just upload a photo. If not, then you're going to go through and choose the one you, if you like the default one that's there, you can leave that too. But if you want to change it, you're going to click on this upload or choose an image. That's going to then bring up this page here to where I could upload a picture that I have on my computer already. Now, just to confirm here, it does make you check a box if you're going to do that, to confirm that you own the copyright to this photo. So you can't just go grab a photo offline and throw it on there, because it may have copyright on that photo that you can't just go and use automatically. So by checking the box, you're agreeing you do have the right to use it. The other options you have is this image gallery here, which this is where I had gone to choose this photo that I did on mine, was just under this image gallery. So from the image gallery, you can see you've got choose a custom photo, and then you can just scroll through here, and here's the different photo options they have available. If you see one that you like and you want to use it, then you would just click on it, and then you'll click down here, select for custom area, which in fact, I'll just do that. So, but I just want to scroll through so you can kind of see what kinds of choices you have. This one looks like today outside right now. On April 4th, which is not a great April Fool's joke to me. Anyway, so you can see you've got a bunch of different photos to choose from. Here's the one that I had been using on there. So you just scroll through, see which ones you like. And I'm just gonna go real fast to get to the bottom here. But so once you get that, you're just gonna click on the bottom left here, select for custom area. So now you can see it's changed that photo there for me. The next option you're going to decide is, do you want the text color to be black or white? So part of what you're going to want to do here, I don't know if it hasn't changed right yet, it doesn't look like. So I'm going to just come down to the bottom real quick and click publish to show you why you want to take a look at this text color as black or white. So you can see by me changing that photo here, you can't read very well this find your dream home. So probably I would want to do the text color as black. And then again, scroll to the bottom, click publish, go back to here, let's refresh it, see. So now you can see. So that's how you're going to want to do this in terms of this background image, is first choose the image. Then from there, you're going to decide on the text color. And the way you're going to want to decide that is, like I said, scroll all the way to the bottom, publish it, go look at your page, see if you like the way it looks. If you're good with it, then leave it. If not, come back into here and you could change that text color to be something different. The background effect. So again, as it says, depending on the contrast between your image and your text color, you might want to darken or lighten or none. So I don't know what it'll do. Let's just hit darken and see what that ends up looking like. So you can see it darkened it up a little, in which case I probably would want actually the lighter. In that case, I probably want the white here. So then let's just see real quick. So you can see this is how you're going to go and just fine tune it, tweak that. So you can see by darkening the photo, actually the white actually looks better. I like that. So I'll just leave it like that. So, all right. So that's this background image. So that's how you're going to get the background image there. The next thing down is the headline. So the headline is this find your dream home that I typed in there. So that is pulling from right here. So if you wanted to word it differently, you know, search properties or whatever, like whatever you want to name it, whatever you type in right there, and then again, scroll to the bottom and click publish is what it's going to say right here on your website. Okay. All right. The search bar text, it's got that it's going to have my name and my title as the broker. And so I'm not actually sure where that shows up, because you can see here it's got my name, but it shows realtor instead of broker. I'm not sure where the broker part is coming from here, but anyway, that'd be your maybe it's when somebody does a search on here. Let's see if that's what it is. Yeah, I don't see it. All right, that's okay. I'm gonna go back here. Next thing is your profile settings. So this one is where you're going to have your photo. Hopefully, as long as we have a photo in Dash, it should auto-populate it in there. But if for some reason you wanted to use a different one, you can again go to this choose image, you can upload it, and then you can see here where it's got my name, and that's where the title is showing up. So I'm not sure what this title is for. Because right here is where your name and then realtor are going to show up based on what I had typed in right there. So next you'll put in your phone number. If you want to have an office phone number, an extension, your license number, your email address, and the office name. It's going to go there. Okay?
Russ, can I ask a question?
Sure.
On that search bar, where does it search? Does it search all of Utah, all of the nation? Where does it search?
Yeah, we'll can you hold that for a minute and then I'll
Sure.
Because we are going to go and talk about that in this just a second of how to get that set up.
Okay.
But actually the short answer is it's our MLS is what it's going to be searching.
Wasatch Front. Okay.
it should have, if you're a member of Park City, I believe you can have that one, or not Park City or St. George, whatever. I believe have it searching that one as well. As long as it has your MLS ID and dash. So as long as we have your MLS ID, we have all of the MLSs in Utah connected. It's just, I think as long as your MLS ID is in dash for both MLSs, it will show both.
Okay, because I actually have 3 of them, and because I have Iron County, Washington County, and then also Wasatch Front. So I just need to be sure they're all in dash, and then it will search all 3. Okay,
Yep.
great. Thank you.
Hey, Russ,
Yes.
under the office phone number, it populated the 449-3000, which is, I think, the Salt Lake office.
Correct.
Do we want to keep that in there, or should we take that out of there?
It's up to you. Either way, I don't have it in mind. So
Yeah, okay.
So, I mean, I probably personally would say, I mean, there's 2 sides to this, I guess, how I would answer it. As the principal broker, to some extent, I'm like, oh, leave the office there, because then if somebody's upset and wants to call and talk to me, they could call the front desk. But more so, I think of it from the standpoint of an agent. I'm like, I don't really want the office phone number on there, because if somebody's searching my site and I don't answer my phone, they may just call the office and say, I need an agent to help me, and then you've just lost the lead. So
Gotcha.
agent perspective, I probably wouldn't put it on there. But
Especially since I'm probably rarely going to be in that office down there,
right.
since I'm up north, so.
Yep. So yeah, I probably would say just take it off, but. All right, the next thing down is the welcome text. So the welcome text is what's going to show up right here on your website. And whatever you want put in on that is you're going to type it in right here. So you can see I've got and I just kind of threw this in, but welcome to my website. If you're not able to find properties that work for you, please contact me for more information about properties that have not hit the market, such as da. So I just threw that on there as something to put in here just to show you guys where it shows up. But I do want to point out on this that this here is what is called an HTML editor. And so what that means is you can actually put videos in here, you can see it's got add media right here. So you can put video, you can put pictures, you can put links, all of that kind of stuff. So if you wanted to really put some more detailed stuff with photos and maybe a welcome video from yourself, something like that, you can do that by dropping it into this HTML editor right here. And then it would show up right here on your website, which, that could be nice if you wanted to have kind of an introduction of yourself or something that's a video there that when people land on the website, they can click on it, they see your face, they get to hear you talking, just up to you. But just know this is an HTML editor, so you can do more than just text if you want to in there. The next thing down is showing featured properties module. And so what that's going to be is right here on the website. So this is the featured properties section. So on this, you have these are the different options you have to display there. Is you can have it display your active listings, your sold listings, featured properties, or you could do it as my office listings, my company's active listings, or my company's sold listings. So you're just going to decide which of those you want to do. If you have a bunch of active listings and you want to do that, do that. If you got a bunch of sold that you want to show properties that you sold, then you could do that. I just put on here my office's listings. You may want to do that, or company's listings, either way. But if you were going to do your active or your sold, I probably would recommend that you title it in here, change this from being featured properties to maybe just saying my active listings or my sold listings, something like that. But anyways, that's just an option that you have there. What properties you want it to show up there. And as you can see, the number of properties to display, you can control by saying, however many there.
So Russ, what's the difference between the office and the company? Is the company everything in Utah and the office like Salt Lake or Layton or whatever.
Correct, yeah, if you
Okay.
did company, it's gonna show from St. George to Logan, anything that we have that way,
Okay.
so. All right,
So Russ, which one do you think would be best to list then? If we did my office listings, that would have all the company's listings, right?
it's gonna have most, but if you do my office listings. Then it's only gonna show that whatever office you're located in, it's gonna show listings from that office.
Okay, I see.
So yeah, so like if you were wanting it to show this, if you put Julie, you're in St. George, right?
Right, yes.
So if you put my office listings, it's gonna only show listings from St. George. But if you do
Okay,
companies, you're gonna see Salt Lake as well.
okay, great.
So yeah,
Okay, thank you.
that's what you're gonna want to decide. All right, the next thing, and this actually, the next thing I'm gonna show you goes a little bit, so I advertised this as kind of a basics class. The next thing I'm gonna show you is a little more in-depth than the basics. But on the website, the next thing that I have is I should have this open houses this weekend in Salt Lake County is what is showing up right here. And so if you want to have something like that, and it doesn't have to be open houses, that's just what I created and put on there, is the way you're gonna do that is you have this custom search module, sorry, and I just titled it Open Houses This Weekend in Salt Lake County. And then what you have to do though is create a custom search for that. So I'm gonna show you how to create the custom search first, and then you would drop it into this open houses this weekend, because I don't believe any of you that are following along, if you click on this drop down, what options does it give you there? It probably doesn't give you anything, does it? Or nobody's following along?
I'm looking, hang on,
Okay.
and leave the page, hang on. It comes up with a custom property search page.
Okay, so yeah,
Says custom search title, path.
yep. All right, so I'm gonna click on that to show you, because that's the first thing that you'd want to do. So the first thing that you're gonna want to do is you got to come into this custom property search. And how that's gonna work is what you have to do, and it's based on this tip right here. So like I said, this is a little more complex than the basics, but I also think it's helpful. So this tip right here is the easiest way to construct your custom search path is to execute a search on your site. And when you have the criteria set as desired, copy the URL beginning with search dash, and I'll show you what this looks like in a sec, from your browser address bar to the text box and input above. So the way that I did it to get the open houses is I first went to my site, so my website. Up here, I did a search in Salt Lake County because again, that's how I wanted this to be on that homepage. So I'm gonna go back here real quick to where I have it as open houses this weekend in Salt Lake County. So I went to my website and did a search for open houses in Salt Lake County. Okay, so I went to here on the website, click on the search to get into Salt Lake County. So you can see that's what it's done, a search now of Salt Lake County here. Then what I did is I came over to these filters, and you're going to decide based on these filters what you want it to be showing. So how I got it to be showing those particular properties is I came onto here and I said, okay, I want single family. And you just decide, do you want condo or not? If you don't, deselect it. If you want townhouse, select it. So maybe you just do it like that to say, okay, here's the open houses for a single family, condo, townhouse. You could put in square footage size, all that kind of stuff if you wanted to. But really, I'm just wanting to advertise open houses that are taking place this weekend. So I'm going to just have that there. I want properties that are active. Days on the site. I want any. I'm going to exclude pending listings. You can exclude coming soon. We don't really have those in our MLS anyway. And then open houses, I said I want the in-person open houses and this weekend. So the other options would be Saturday, Sunday, this week, today, or tomorrow. So I just did it as this weekend, okay? So now that we've got that and I click apply. What it's doing, you can see is it's now built this search of, okay, here there are 30 listings that are in our MLS for an open house this weekend. So the way I created the search then is I came up here to the top of this search bar. And I just copied this whole thing. Then you're going to go back to your home page here, this create a custom search. And you're going to paste that into right here. So all of that, that I had on this bar right here is copied and pasted in here. But now remember, the path must begin with search and then the /. So I would come up to here and I'm going to delete everything before right here where it says search. So as soon as I hit delete, now you can see it starts with search, just the way it's said to here. And then you would title it, which is what I did on the other, was open houses this weekend. And then you would save. Now I'm not going to do it because I've already done that. So, but you would just click on save right there. Once you save that, then you can go back to your home page right here. Scroll back down to this custom search module. You would then want to name it open houses this weekend in Salt Lake County or whatever you want to call it. And then on this drop down, you should have open houses this weekend. You'd select it, scroll down and publish. So you can, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, just on the search path, after we delete everything before search, was there anything at the back of it we were supposed to delete?
Nope.
Okay, and then just save it there.
You're just gonna get rid of, oops, you just want to get rid of everything from search.
Before search. Okay.
Yep. So you could do that. Like I said, you could create any custom search you wanted and name it something else. Like, for example, I did one that was multifamily properties in Salt Lake County. That if I changed the title up here to be multifamily homes, whatever, anything that you do as the search criteria on here and create it, then you could save the search bar up here, paste that in, and then name it whatever. And then on your website, you go back to the home here. And when they scroll down, whatever you created as that custom one right here would show up right here. So the nice thing with how I did this with open houses is I don't have to do anything to my website. And so what's going to happen is every week, whatever open houses are going to take place the next weekend are just going to automatically show up here. I don't have to do another thing with it. So every weekend that's going to constantly just refresh. Keep it so that it keeps it fresh as to what's going on your website. All right. Next thing. So the next down is the blog module. So if you want to have the blog module on there, you're just going to title it and call it whatever you want. I mean, I could say this is Russ's blog or whatever. And then from here, what category I can have all, none, or uncategorized. I just would say leave it as all. And then what you're going to have to do though on that blog is come back up here to the top and go to the blog posts section here to do add new. And then that's where you would go in and so we can do it here. So here's where I'd go create a blog post. So I've titled that blog post. Again, you've got the HTML editor. You can put in whatever information you want, any media to it, and then save it. And then that will then show up on your blog, on your website. All right. This next thing is this links module, which the links module is going to be if you have links that you would want to have on there. I personally don't typically recommend adding links to your website necessarily. I mean, you might want to, but here's my thinking is always just that I don't want to try to get people to leave my website. I want them to stay there. So I'm not typically a big fan of adding links to other websites and things. But if for some reason you wanted to, that's where you would come in and do this, and you would just come in here to manage links. And you're gonna do add new. And then you could, type in whatever the name of it is. So in the example here would be Google. You're gonna put in the web address to that site, a description about it, and then you would save and have that, and then the links would show up there on your website. All right, let's see. Next thing is a featured video. So if you wanted to, I don't have one on here, but if you wanted to have a featured video, you could come in here and again, it's got this HTML editor. So it doesn't even have to be a video. You could put, I don't know, whatever else you wanted to. You could put something else in there and add a video, maybe welcome video, something like that. If you wanted to call it that versus featured video. And then, like I say, if you had a YouTube video that you had created of yourself, introducing yourself, telling them, welcome to my website, I've been in real estate for X amount of time, I specialize in this or whatever, you could do that and have that and then drop it onto your website as well. So once you've done all of that, we're just going to come down and hit publish here. And then as we talked about before, once you've done that, you can come back to your website here, refresh it, and go down and take a look at the pieces that are there on your site. All right, so I'm going to go back to home here, which is going to take.
Russ, can I ask a question real fast?
Yes.
Would this replace Pro Agent if you have a Pro Agent site?
So you could. So here's the thing I would say. The only difference that I would say of Pro Agent versus this is this does not have a feature to force somebody to sign up. Like on Pro Agent, you can tell them, let them look at 5 properties or 10 or 3 or 1 or 0 before it tells them they need to register to continue to see properties. This site does not have that feature at this point. So
it's not a capture or lead capture as much as Pro Agent.
Correct. So if you were wanting to replace, like if you're using Pro Agent to do marketing to capture leads, I probably would say stick with Pro Agent, but this is great for just if you were like any of your personal marketing and stuff that you wanted to do. And people that you already have captured their information is good. But yeah, this one doesn't have a forced registration at this point, at least.
And then the next question that comes up for that. So when somebody comes here, we're pretty much driving the traffic. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then if they get on here and they save properties, would we know about that? Or is it just to anybody that's on that listing that they're searching for? Or does it show us as the person to contact?
Correct. Yeah, you're always going to be the contact. So any properties they look at, if they want any information or anything, it's going directly to you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. All right, the next thing that I'm going to show you is the customize your default search area. So this is where I can't remember if it was Sherry or Julie asking, but how do we get this to decide what's going to show here? And the way that you're going to do that is through this customize your default search area. So I'm going to click go there. That's now going to take me to, I've already got mine set up. But the way you're going to set it up is similar to what we did on the open houses. Is again, it's just saying the easiest way to construct your search path area is to execute a search. So what you would want to do is come to your site here, and let's say that I wanted it to do Utah County. So I come in and type in Utah County here, and I do a search. As soon as it lands on this search here, what I would want to do is check the filters though, to make sure that it's showing what I want it to show. And because I'm having this be the default search area, I want it really probably to show like everything. So I'm going to select all of these properties. I do want it to show active. I might say even maybe because of how low our inventory is, for me, I might say I want to include pending listings just because if somebody, well, now, like I say, you may or may not want to do it this way, just, I'll tell you the advantages or disadvantages. The advantage to including pending listings is you're gonna have more properties on your website. The disadvantage to it is you're gonna have properties that are under contract on your website. And then people see it and want to go see the property, and they call you or request to go see it, and you have to tell them, oh, sorry, that property's already under contract. So you just have to look at it from the standpoint of deciding, do you want to potentially have those people saying, hey, I want to go see this property, and then have to tell them, sorry, that one's already under contract? Or would you rather not do that, in which case then do exclude pending listings? Okay. And then same thing, days on the site, however you're wanting it. I would say leave it as any though again. And get all of these selected with the exception of rentals. Because as you see, if I select that, it gets rid of everything else. So I'm gonna put all of those, do apply. And so there's this little blue line there that now it's gone, but so it's done a search for all of these properties. So it's brought up now 1,938 listings that it's showing there. So based on that, I would come up here again, copy this. Bring it back over to this search path, paste it in there, and then delete everything again. Right here from where it says search and back, I would want to get rid of all of that. From in here, so you can see it starts with search and then you're going to click save. So once you've done that, then when people go to your website, their default search area then at that point is going to be whatever you have put in there. Now, the one thing I want to make sure that you understand though, so the default is going to be whatever you initially put in right here. But somebody who has done a search on your site, the next time they go to the site, it's going to pick up where they left off. So that default search is just for the first time somebody comes to your website. Because let's say I came in here and for some reason started doing a search for Grantsville properties. And I do a search for properties in Grantsville. So now it's going to bring up these 62 properties. Well, the next time I come back to the site, it's going to still show Grantsville because our assumption is that same person is probably going to want to search that same area. So it's going to just put it back to that. So just keep in mind that initial one is just based on what's the last, or sorry, the first time they land there. After that, it's what's the last search that they did on the website.
Russ, I have a question.
Sure.
Is it possible to add two areas? For instance, Salt Lake County and Utah County. Can you have two areas in there?
No. Yeah.
No. Okay.
Well, let me rephrase that. I guess technically the answer to that probably is anything that you did as a search on the site. So whatever, I just don't know. Let me see if, I don't know if it'll let me do Wasatch Front, but I don't think it will. Yeah.
So just one area then.
Yeah.
Looks like it'll, okay.
So, I mean, you probably could come, I'm not sure how it would show if you did a search by location
Mm-hmm.
and did a thing that way, I don't know.
Okay. Oh, I'll see. Thank you.
But whatever you put in here in this search path from doing your search is what it's gonna take them to begin with. That's the default search.
Okay.
So
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, Russ.
Yeah.
So the featured properties and then the custom search mode. So the featured properties we have like my office listings.
Yes.
Then the custom search mode, I just put in Davis County, for example. Is it only going to pull Davis County into the featured properties, or will it have like Salt Lake and everything and St. George or whatever? Well, it wouldn't be St. George, but Salt Lake stuff.
So let me make sure I
from
understand.
both.
You're talking down here on the featured properties?
Yeah, so there's the features yeah, those two right there. So I have that one just like yours is, and then the custom search, I have Davis County.
So you created a property list here, is that what you're saying?
No, that one I haven't done anything with that
down
one. The
here,
one below it.
down
That
here.
one I made Davis County.
Oh,
So
okay.
my question is, are the featured properties going to pull from everywhere in the office? Or does that custom search tie into that and the featured ones will only be the featured ones from Davis County?
Got you. No, so they're two separate things.
Okay,
Yeah, whatever this custom search one is what you would have. Showing up down here. So you would want to just tie this properties.
Ah.
So,
okay, got it.
yep, that would work. All right, let me see. Let me go back to the home page.
Russ, I have one more question. When you're doing a custom search setup, I know you have to delete everything up to the word search. If you get the link, the link have to come from this website, or can it come from one of the Century 21 Everest or online or Century 21 websites? Well,
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm 99% sure it would have to come from this site.
from this one. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Otherwise, I don't think it would understand what you were like. If you pay, I mean, you could try it and see what happens. I don't know what would happen, but my guess is it's probably going to error out. It's not going to work.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
So the last thing that I want to go through and show you guys is where to add your testimonials. So down here has got add your client testimonials. And unfortunately, I wish like with Zap, it was tied to our Real Satisfied. And so it would automatically feed over. This at this point does not. And so the way you're going to do it is you would click on testimonials there. It's going to bring you into this to where you can add a testimonial, and then you just are going to type in, you know, like a header for that testimonial. And then you could copy and paste from Real Satisfied what they had said and put it over here. And then again, it says if the content or images can above contain the name or identifying details of the person, that you have permission to do that. So probably what really, that's just kind of a reminder. Probably don't put, you know, put somebody's first name and last the initial of their last name or something, just without giving all their information is what it would have you do there. And then once you have put those in and you click add, it will then give you an option down here like this one that I have here, where you can either edit, hide, or delete. So if you don't want to show one anymore for whatever reason, you can hide it. If you want to edit it, you can just click so edit. So I just took to show you an idea so that I didn't have his information. I just put Vern from West Jordan and here's what he said about me. So if you want to edit it, that's where you would go and make any edits. If you want to hide it, you would click hide. Then if once it's hidden, if you can see it now shows, give you the option to show, so I could do show. And now that's where so that's how you're going to add your testimonials in on your website. And then you just click publish once you've done it. All right. What I have found is much more that I go beyond that is probably going to be a little overwhelming. So I kind of thought I would stop here, but you get the idea now. Like, so same thing with social media links. You can just click go there. It's going to take you. You can add in your, go to your Facebook page, your LinkedIn, a YouTube channel, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, any of those. You can go to your page, get that, and then paste it in here. So those ones I know you can pull from outside sources, but you would just go in and add those in there to your about me page there. So anyway, hopefully that's enough to get you guys started on it. And you can see that any of this stuff, you just come and click go there and it'll take you there. The last thing that I will just show you real quick is if you will go to support.moxiworks.com, you could do a search and you can see I'm on the Moxi websites here. And it's got some other information for you of getting started with your websites. There's 15 articles there to where you can, if you want to kind of dive in and get a little bit more going with any of those things, that's where you would do that. Anyway, that's what I've got for you today. Any questions? Oh,
No, thank you, Russ.
But this is a great start.
Good. Well, that's good. And that's the whole idea is like, I want to get you in and get you started on it. And really for the most part, what if you did nothing else besides what we've done today, you've got a great site that you can send people to go search properties. So that if they're not out searching Zillow or other ones, and like what Lisa had brought up, is that way when they request information, I know it's gonna come to me, so. Anyway.
I do have a question. So how do we use this? Like say on our social media, is there a shortcut or a link or something that allows us to use that?
Yeah, so on your social media, what you would want to do is come to the website right here. And then if you just did a copy and paste of this,
Okay,
and then drop that in on the social media, it'll populate it, create a thing to where you could do a post.
perfect.
And it'll take them right to your website.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Oh, just also too, really quick, let me just point out, so under the About Me, this is where your testimonials will show up. So if you don't have any in there, it won't even show this option, but once you put a testimonial in, and then if they go to About Me, click on it, you can see, here's that one that's in there. So, anyway, all right. Well, have an amazing rest of your day. Go shovel some snow.
Nah, thanks, it'll melt.
Thanks, Russ.
Next thing
Thank
is go get
you.
your stand back
Appreciate
so that you can stop the flooding that's gonna happen.
Perfect.
Thanks, Russ.
You guys.
Thank you.